Please be seated. Pro-Chancellor and distinguished guests, a very warm welcome to Chester Cathedral. My name is Jill Reeve, and I'm one of the chaplains at the University of Chester. In addition to those of us gathered here in the cathedral, we're also joined by others online, and we extend a really warm welcome to all of you too. Today is a special day, and for some of you, it has been exceptionally long awaited, but we are here at last. We are so glad that we can now come together to celebrate your wonderful achievements through this graduation service. Many of you have friends and family alongside you who have supported you through the ups and downs of your studies and now share in the immense joy of your success. As students, you have studied during extraordinary times that have required multiple adjustments and given many additional pressures. And we want to acknowledge the incredible resilience, commitment and determination that you have shown. You will now be joining a long line of graduates from the University of Chester, equipped to serve society in a variety of ways. The University of Chester has a long history in this regard, being founded in the 1830s as a Church of England teacher training college and growing into the university that it is today, with regional, national and international reach. We now welcome students from across the world, and this enriches our community life and our learning in so many ways. And so now, I would encourage you to put all distractions aside, including whether your cap will stay on your head, and fully enjoy this moment. And remember that your graduation is not an ending, because you are becoming part of our alumni community, and we hope that you will all feel a sense of belonging and support. So please do stay connected. As we begin our service, we unite our hearts and our prayers for each one of you graduating today. Let us pray. May God, who has gifted each of you uniquely, enable you to use your talents in creative ways to help people, communities, and places to flourish. May God keep alive in you a spirit of inquiry and exploration, with an openness to question and be questioned in the search for truth and a better world. May God grant you a heart of compassion, with attentiveness to those on the margins, ready to speak up for justice, to extend a hand of welcome, and to offer practical support to those in need. May God give you wisdom in all that lies ahead, and help you to use your time and your talents well, with the courage to pursue your vision, even when faced with obstacles and disappointments. May God enable you to see new possibilities and wider horizons, and give you confidence to step out in faith with a sense of adventure, joy and hope, and let integrity be your guide. And may God bless you today and in all that lies ahead. Amen.
Permissum vicis ineo. I declare open this congregation for the presentation of degrees and awards. Good morning to you all. I am Canon Dr. Jeff Turnbull. You may also hear me described as Pro-Chancellor or President of the University Council. What that means is I have the privilege of chairing the university's governing body and the honour, the real honour today, of presiding at the graduation ceremony of the fine people in front of me. Seeing you is a little chastening, as I realise when I first came onto the governing body, most of you weren't born. But you are what makes my role so worthwhile and rewarding. As the former Director of Education for the Diocese of Chester, I'm particularly pleased to be addressing a ceremony which includes so many successful learners, both those associated with teaching and those applying the knowledge they have gained from the past to benefit the present. Our undergraduate archaeologists, for example, organised and presented in their department's first ever Twitter conference during lockdown as part of their module, Archaeology and Contemporary Society. As many of you will be aware, our university's strategy centres around the concept of the citizen student, giving you a personalised and purposeful time with us. Within the graduating cohort, for instance, we have those of you who have had roles as student engagement officers, completing learning, teaching and assessment projects, and social media engagement officers, creating content for our digital channels. You have worked collaboratively with faculty staff as partners to ensure each student's voice is integral to what we do. One of you graduating today had the honour of your papers being published as part of a showcase of exemplary student work by the Early Childhood Studies Degree Network, which aims to develop graduate and postgraduate training and research in the field of early childhood studies. Several of you in our 2021 undergraduate history cohort had experiential learning module projects published in the online magazine Playing Pasts. We also have among us those who, alongside their degree, have achieved early childhood graduate practitioner competencies. These 9 standards relate theory to practice through placements at every program level. They equip graduates with the additional practice skills required at final year degree level, complementing the depth of academic knowledge they have acquired. These are opportunities which will serve you well. There should be no barriers to learning, and I'm delighted that we have someone here who, as a commuter student, balanced caring responsibilities for siblings with special needs at home and studying. You are being rewarded today for your outstanding resolve. For all of you, your collective sense of purpose has shone through despite the pandemic. Getting involved, demonstrating exceptional resilience, and always growing your wisdom, which is why you are here today. I know you will carry those valuable qualities forward into your working and home lives. I look around and see how many people from different backgrounds have flourished at a uniquely challenging time. You have demonstrated how highly motivated and flexible you are, negotiating the extension of digital learning and the complexities which COVID brought. We hope you have fond memories of the University of Chester, and that the values that we have shared remain with you now and into the future. Take a look at the faces around you. Save this picture in your mind so that you can recall your achievements in the future. You've waited, yes, a long time to celebrate, and your accomplishments are more significant than ever this year. You are no longer a student, but will soon be a proud graduate. Your journey through this course would not have been possible without the support of the people closest to you, your friends and your families. We would like to thank them most sincerely for being an anchor for you. Please join in with me and give them a huge round of applause. I'd like to conclude with some more thank yous. First of all, thank you to the academics who adapted and changed your programs of study to ensure you could stay on track during the pandemic. Thank you to our amazing professional administrative staff who have looked after you in so many ways. Thank you to everyone who has made this ceremony such an occasion for you. And I'd like to particularly mention the Dean and Chapter of this beautiful cathedral in which you are seated. The fact that you are here demonstrates the remaining close bond between the university and the cathedral. But lastly, And most importantly, thank you to those of you graduating today for your commitment and flexibility in such challenging times. Today, in this wonderful setting, with the splendor of the fanfares, we want to give you a day that you will remember forever. You are why this university exists, and we'll soon have the opportunity of congratulating each and every one of you individually. Thank you.
Pro-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you these graduates for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I admit these graduates to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Chester.
For a programme of study entitled Assemblages Within Assemblages, Understanding Mortuary Practice Through Compact Contained Assemblages, Abigail Clarissa Downer. For a programme of study entitled Protectoral Rule in the North-Western Association, the role and consequence of military and civil governance in the northwest of England from 1655 to 1657, David Austin Williams. Pro-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you these graduates for admission to the degree of Master of Arts in this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I admit these graduates to the degree of Master of Arts of the University of Chester.
Lucy Catherine Bruce. Carl Richard Fishwick. Joshua Gregg. Lewis Lloyd Hunt. Holly Victoria Roebuck. Megan Elise Sheldon. Jordan Dominic Sinclair. Erin Honora Story. Hannah Elizabeth Williams. Pro-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you these graduates for admission to the degree of Bachelor of Arts in this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I admit these graduates to the degree of Bachelor of Arts of the University of Chester.
Imogen Bridie Allen. Robin Emily Andrews. Aubrey Brooklyn Banks. Emma Barber. Lewis Barker, Chloe Bridge, Molly Bridge, Amy Briers, Thomas David Cooper, Robin Cunliffe, Savannah Lauren Eastwood, Marie Faraday, Jade Foxall, Rebecca Freeman, Lee Grundy, Louis Guy, Jack Hanna, Evan Hunt, Ben Alexander Ibbotson, Francisca Marcela Icaza, Olivia Ignatovitz, Micah Iona Ingram, Zachary Vaughan Jones, Neve Rosalind Molly King, James Leach, Amelia Lightfoot, Keris Natalia Mason, Katie Mather, Ellie Mae McGrath, Joseph Melia, Jonathan Edward Miller, Samuel James Morris, Erin Hope Monroe, Jamie Alexander John Nicholson, Kirsty O'Rourke, Megan Elizabeth Sophie Owen, Jack Phelps Jenkins, Christopher Stephen Poole, Chloe Ellen Rawlingson, Alexander Regan, Lydia Martha Robinson, Gareth James Russell, Ross Scholes, Kieran Simpson, Richard Smith, Fleur Snelling, Seren Elizabeth Speed, Benjamin Stewart, Tina Swiggham, Lewis James Talbot, Sophie West, Jack Williams, Simon Christopher Williamson, Jessica Carris Young, Pro-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you these graduands for the award of Diploma of Higher Education of this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I present to these graduands the award of Diploma of Higher Education of the University of Chester.
Kaylee Taylor, Lewis Wilson.
Pro-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you these graduands for admission to the degree of Doctor of Education in this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I admit these graduands to the degree of Doctor of Education of the University of Chester.
For a programme of study entitled Exploring the Involvement of Patients and Caregivers in Student Nurse Education in a Nursing College in India, Antoinette Janine Bewley. For a programme of study entitled Higher Education is Dead, a Nietzschean critique of the neoliberal higher education system and an exploration into the impact on academe. Ella Louise Popper. For a programme of study entitled A New Felt Presence, an auto-ethnographic study of a regional felt makers group, Georgina Caroline Spry. Pro-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you these graduands for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I admit these graduands to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the University of Chester.
For a programme of study entitled Preoccupation, the role of peace-building in formal education in the West Bank, Emma Araya Manesh. For a programme of study entitled Mythical Performativity in Neoliberal Education, The Curse of Ofsted and Other Monstrous Tales, Diane Hansen. Pro-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you these graduands for admission to the degree of Master of Arts in this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I admit these graduands to the degree of Master of Arts of the University of Chester.
Noreen Akhtar. Chika Mary Ann Atama. Callum Bonus. Stephen Bruce Caldwell. Chelsea Kelly Carter. Mark Paul Charles. Sarah Collins. Ruth Elizabeth Doig. Erin Beth Epton. Tanya Marie Evans. Ashley George Jones. Cara Louise Jones. Paula Dawn Ledson. Rachel Jade Lee. Teresa McGeer. Jessica Louise Overland. Nicola Parkinson. Stephanie Elizabeth Penny. Sarah Elizabeth Robson. Julia Ann Taylor. Hannah Tennant. Gemma Elizabeth Unwin. Claire Elizabeth Ward. Elizabeth Jane Whittington. Jane Emma Williams. Jane Sylvia Williams. Pro-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you these graduands for admission to the degree of Bachelor of Arts in this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I admit these graduands to the degree of Bachelor of Arts of the University of Chester.
Becky Amos. Jay Armstrong. Angela Ashton. Elise Georgia Bailey. Janice Sarah Bowling. Rhiannon Emma Birdsall. Rachel Lucy Burrows. Sophie May Butler. Rebecca Carter. Bethan Day. Jessica Catherine Denson. Rhiannon Dines. Nicholas Edwards. Georgia May Everest. Sarah Fairhurst. Stacey Fisher. Jack Ford. Molly Samantha Gallimore. Nicola Gladwin Stride. Eleanor Kate Griffiths. Natalie Guest. Christine Hinton. Elizabeth Ann Housecroft. Farrell Hulse. Emily Elizabeth James Hall. Corin Jones. Christina Keefe. Caitlin Leslie. Jane Lloyd. Lindsay Nicole Lloyd. Anne-Marie Lyon. Jamie Lee McDowell. Hannah McKenna. Katie Mee. David Murphy. Rosa Manuel Nanjam Mendez. Cara Jane Newton. Michelle Newton. Eleanor Neild. Gold Onwuka. Elizabeth Felicity Ann Pellicci. Paula Price. Courtney Lee Roberts. Charlotte Saunders. Jessica Sedgwick. Georgia Smith. Jasmine Smith. Shannon Stevenson. Amelia Swaby. Abby Tomlinson. Eva Vasil-Javeti. Laura Welsh. Amber Wiggins. Eleanor Williams. Kylie Williams. Robin Fionn Williams. Pro-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you these graduands for the award of Foundation Degree in Arts of this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I present to these graduands the award of Foundation Degree in Arts of the University of Chester.
Claire Louise Baum. Natalie Clayton. Lee Ann Dolan. Marta Denirvitz. Rihanna Mahmood. Rubana Mazari. Claire McKenna. Corrine Myers. Rebecca Radford. Anum Rafiq. Pro-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you this graduand for the award of postgraduate diploma of this university.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I present to this graduand the award of postgraduate diploma of the University of Chester.
Victoria Wrigley. Pro-Chancellor, I make application to you to present the degrees and awards listed to those candidates at the University of Chester who have not been presented in person, but whose names appear in the programme and who have indicated that they wish their degrees to be presented in their absence. I certify that they are worthy to receive those degrees and awards, and I stand as proxy for them.
I admit them to those degrees and present those awards, and I accept you as proxy. I now invite the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Eunice Simmons, to address the congregation.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Professor Eunice Simmons, and today I'm the very proud Vice-Chancellor of the University of Chester. As your long-awaited graduation ceremony draws to a close, we hope it has been memorable for you and for those who've been alongside you during your studies. Whether this has been your first degree, whether it's been decades since you last studied, whether you graduated with us a month ago, whether you're full-time, part-time, an apprentice, or a career changer, we are here with you on the next stage of your journey. Our careers and employability team will be here to help you navigate finding your first, second, even your third job and beyond. Perhaps you're an entrepreneur looking to pursue your own enterprise, in which case we can also provide business startup advice. Our Development and Alumni Relations Office is here to keep you connected to your university. Staying in touch with us and your fellow alumni is incredibly important and beneficial. Within that extensive network could be your next employer, mentor, or indeed client. And today, you're celebrating being part of a community that by the end of 2022 will be 100,000 strong. And they're living and working in 135 countries. Your souvenir program has more details about the value of maintaining this free lifelong link. And just as you've exercised your student voice while you've studied with us, we hope you will continue to use your graduate voice through the Graduate Outcomes Survey, because by doing so, you benefit current and future professions, as well as the current and future students on the same journey as you. This is a national surveying questionnaire. You're contacted by partners about this about 15 months after you've completed your studies, and your voice really does matter. And if you've already completed this, then many thanks for your participation. And we'd also like to hear from supporters of our graduands. We hope you've enjoyed today not only as proud guests, but also as visitors to the wonderful city of Chester. Our civic partners, some of whom are represented here today, will welcome feedback from our graduate guest survey, which will also help us ensure the best experience for all who attend our ceremonies in the future. So this is only the beginning of your next chapter. We wish you success and fulfillment wherever your next steps may take you. We have been making history as an institution since the 1800s, and we are now privileged to have your contributions and achievements as students to be part of our story, just as we're part of yours. So, for those here, please do join us in the marquee on the Cathedral Green to celebrate. And to those watching online around the world, thank you and goodbye. Please keep in touch. To all of you, our newest alumni, congratulations once again. You will always be part of the University of Chester, and the University of Chester will always be part of you. Well done.
I declare closed this congregation for the presentation of degrees and awards. Salva sit Universitas Nostra, quod precantes consugamus.